Islamophobia. Until the 21st century, most of us had not even heard of this term. But in the last 20 years, especially after the 9/11 attacks, everyone, from clerics to activists to Islamic leaders, has complained about a collective persecution of Muslims. And there's no denying the fact that Islamophobia exists, just like anti-Semitism, for instance. But is Islamophobia exaggerated? Has it become a political tool, a way to silence the critics of Islam? I ask this because criticism of a religion is not the same as discrimination against its followers. And it is very important to make this distinction. And we'll make it tonight because some leaders are deliberately blurring the line for their selfish political interests. Let's tell you about one such. Imran Khan Niazi, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, he surrendered before Islamist radicals in his country, and now he's trying to champion the fight against Islamophobia. He has urged the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, to vehemently counter what he calls growing Islamophobia. He says Western nations are falsely equating Islam with radicalism and terrorism. Which Western nations are these? Well, he did not take any names, probably because he cannot afford to. Anyway, Imran Khan held a meeting with over 30 OIC ambassadors in Islamabad. And the images are on your screen. At this meeting, the Pakistan Prime Minister is said to have told the ambassadors 4 things. 1. Islamic countries have failed to convince the West that blasphemy of the Prophet Muhammad cannot be considered freedom of expression. 2. Islamophobic acts are fanning interreligious hatred and disharmony among civilizations, and they need to be addressed. 3. Every incident of terrorism is being used to malign the entire Islamic world and is contributing to the marginalization of Muslims. And 4. That Pakistan is committed to promoting universal values of tolerance, mutual respect, and coexistence among all people. Now, there is merit in what Imran Khan is saying, because too often a fringe is used to define a majority, and that's wrong. But Pakistan, which uses terror as a state policy, should be the last one to say any of this. Also, will Imran Khan dare to raise the same points with Pakistan's iron brother China? He talks about blasphemy against Prophet Muhammad. China's state-run CCTV aired an entire portrait of the Prophet in October last year, which apparently is blasphemous. Has he raised it with the Chinese? He talks about Islamophobic acts. China raised mosques to build toilets in Xinjiang. Is this Islamophobic? He talks about marginalizing Muslims. China is torturing thousands of Uyghur Muslims in concentration camps, the people that Imran Khan says he does not know much about. He talks about Pakistan's commitment to promote universal values of tolerance, mutual respect, coexistence. I don't even have to explain why this is ironic, but I'll do it anyway. Let me show you a video. It's from a church in a Lahore hospital where Muslim nurses took over the church, threatened their Christian colleagues with conversion, and recited a Naat, which is an Islamic prayer. Watch this. This happened in a church. Why would they do such a thing? Because blasphemy. The nurses were outraged after a controversial video of the Prophet was uploaded by an unidentified man in France. So they retaliated and targeted a church in Lahore. Mutual respect and coexistence. As for the growing Islamophobia that Imran Khan has brought up, he's mostly referring to France, we know that, and the publication of the Prophet's caricatures in Charlie Hebdo, a magazine that has mocked everybody from rabbis to Jesus Christ, because the freedom to blaspheme, we're told, is deeply entrenched in the French society. France upholds this right, irrespective of which religion is mocked. What have they got in return? Islamic terror, stabbings, car rammings, beheadings. What has France done to end this? Upheld its constitution, shut down one mosque, arrested a few extremists, and curbed the funding of clerics by Islamic countries. France has cracked down on extremism, not on Islam. 2 different things. But Imran Khan sees no difference, because his narrative is to appease radical Islamists in Pakistan, who not too long ago, by the way, held the country hostage, threatening to kill the French ambassador. First, the Pakistan Prime Minister responded with force. He failed. Now he's using faith to keep his country stable. He's also, by the way, using his acting skills to keep his country entertained and the rest of us too. It's been a long time since Mr. Imran Khan played chauffeur to a Saudi prince. So he's driving on the streets of Islamabad, telling people to wear masks, with a camera person following him everywhere and a background score that would put movies to shame. You can't afford to miss this.
कैसी ये हवाएं चली कदम बढ़ा फिर से वो लम्हा दोहरा जब जीत के आया था फिर से वतन को जिताया कदम बढ़ा
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.